at Cluj, if you remember. That's how good PVISION were on Dust2 earlier in the year. And sure, it is still one of their safer maps, but the form has obviously waned. Will it change today is the question, as Legacy look to pounce on PVISION. Loser of this game going home empty-handed, 0-3, bottom of this third stage of the Cologne Major, and winner just has to fight on in an uphill battle to stay alive in search for playoffs. We're a long way away from that, though. Step by step, map by map, round by round.
An early example of some of these gambles that PVISION are going to look to make. It's a triple B start with fast rotates getting chewed up by Legacy. Oh, Ziello had to regain control, but he will manage it. And now a little boost taking shape. Jame throwing up here later. They've got no idea, so he's just got a freebie on Art. This one suddenly called in a question again. Where's Sadson off to? Little run down through Banana, trying to get out of here with the bomb. That leaves latto alone, 1v3 on the B site.
Still needs to get a kill. Sadson is too low to win this round, you'd think. So latto offering up resistance in this site. Jame is trying to retake, coming in from the top box. latto doesn't realize there's also a player behind him. Quick turnaround, recovers that shot. He could escape, or at least delay. Jame is chasing ghosts. Bomb planted on A, and latto wants his fight. He doesn't want to let Jame escape. Happy to engage. One bullet out of ammo. The knife is out from the Brazilian, and Jame survives. So the clock against him, but Jame on a mad dash back into this bomb site. It should be impossible. I think the time's already decided this round, but Jame is just running in. Art's having a sip because he knows this one's a lock-in. That is it. No winning this for Jame. Fake on the bomb. Sadin will make steps, and he knows he's picked this up for Legacy. Great rotation by the 1 HP Orpa. And Jame leaves with nothing but frags. 3 of them, but round for Legacy. Already a great sign of what should be an exciting game. No matter the level of Counter-Strike we get today, this is, as you set up, a stylistic clash.
Nice hard, you guys.
Legacy already getting cheeky.
When you talk about cheekiness, there's a Zeus in play on Zwei.
Going to get cleared from right side, so nice try. No reason latto should go before Nissim. Oh, he got him! That's sick. Saw the shadow change position. Legacy speed up though.
They are going into this stack. Ziello here, CZ able to find that first. Aim punch wrecks him.
Oh, midair.
And so no worries on this conversion. A Zeus kill, though, always appreciated.
Yeah, will latto's position be given away by the Zeus recharging? It's going to make a noise. Ah. One day I want to see that used to punish, you know? You fire a Zeus, drop it somewhere, play a different position, give fake info. No one's ever tried it, Harry.
I'm not a Zeus player myself, you
No,
know this,
that's
but
fine. That's fine.
I do have one question.
Yeah.
Does it only make the noise when it's on your person?
Nope.
So if you went and dropped it somewhere,
That's exactly what I'm saying.
you're saying a misdirect.
Yeah, I'm saying fire the Zeus, drop it somewhere, play the opposite side.
As opposed to like leaving 2 Zeuses in post-plant positions as they do a site take and then using it to like find the T's.
Wait. Oh, like they picked them up.
Yeah, they accidentally picked them up.
Too many things have to go right.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. That's crazy.
Too many things.
I like your one
I like
more.
that you're thinking. No, I'm more, you know, it's hard because you have to pre-fire the Zeus. And if they hear you pre-fire the Zeus, they know what you're up to. So you got to find that timing. You know, maybe you could do it. I think there's a good map for it. There's a lot of 50-50 angles. There's a lot of corners, cubbies. You know, what if you...
Do it on nuke, mate. And there's
Yeah,
no
nuke's a great
issues.
map,
1v1, like drop the Zeus top site.
Exactly.
Okay.
What if you fire the Zeus, throw it in, you know, oranges on B.
I'm glad we gone down this whole thing, because
Yeah.
it looks like there's a whole situation with Art's
There's
PC.
a PC swap for Art, yeah. So keep theorizing Zeus strategies. Yeah, no one's tried Harry. I think it would only work once. But then you get to mind game it and keep it on your person. Hey, quick though. F1's got nothing on tournament management. Quick pit stop here for Art. I'll put him back in the server. Just so many questions for PVISION, especially on a CT side. Team that you've already mentioned that like to gamble, like to pull some audacious stacks. I think I've seen some troubling games for PVISION on the CT side when they don't play heavy in the bomb sites and they lean to the retake on B, and I've seen them get punished by that a lot of times. And Legacy are a team who, if you're just going to give them the B space, they're just going to keep executing. But also, if I think about PVISION the other day on this map, they didn't play for Banana one round of their defense. That's, you know, it's a choice. It's, I think, but playing for Banana is risky but comes with so much value. But playing it 0 times at a half just lets the opponents get so much room. It keeps you in the dark. And for as much as I have loved watching James across the last decade, the other day he just didn't feel like he was reading the game very well. He was missing a lot of stacks, a lot of gambles.
You say that, right? I think that's always been one of the things with these James-led squads is, you know, you hinge on his every word, right? Like the rounds are played at a so slow pace. Everyone has to be on the same page the whole time. You're waiting to go on his say-so, and everything has to be executed perfectly because you're normally doing it in like time-restricted situations. T-half, you'll even leave retakes late. And, you know, like a lot is to go right, and so you're kind of used to hanging on his every word. But even towards, like, the end of his tenure in VP, and I know talking about VP and, like, the big 2026 is a weird one.
Yeah.
But even towards, like, the end of his tenure there, it felt like he kind of lost that ability to read the game. And when that leans so heavy into how you like to call, when you think about James at his absolute best, you know, teams hated playing against his squads because they would throw in these gambles, they would throw in these stacks. It's not like there would be some crazy tell to give that away every single time to James, and like only he could notice it. You know, he was coming up with a lot of reads. He was able to read his opponents really well. At the end of his tenure on VP, that kind of disappeared. And I think, you know, we saw what went on to happen with that team. It ultimately fell apart, mismanaged, whatever VP had done.
Yeah.
Then he comes back in PVISION, starts to show some signs that he's kind of tapped back in again. Things are looking up. But I agree, you're now starting to get some of these situations where the reads just aren't there for James. And when so much of your game plan relies around these stacks, relies around pulling them in at the right moment, it starts to get so problematic because you'll just have 4 players out of position being left to these retakes. You talk about B-site Inferno. I can think there's so many examples of that across this major run for PVISION. And so, yeah, like, James has to be super dialed in. If you want some good news there, though, he has made 2 correct reads straight away, just 2 rounds into the game.
Yeah.
Stacks in the right place in both of these rounds. So let's see how they fare.
All power on James. Still 4 rifles for Legacy. Retake utility set up on this B site. All the nades on B at the moment, so can't really stop this hit. Belchanok could throw a front sight smoke, but Legacy will be running through.
This slowdown for Legacy's actually allowed Nota to move over from that B site, get to position in time. He'll strike early. You see him in the feed. Maybe you're already getting a bit suspicious. Know you're going into a stack here. Belchanok and James holding on. But not for long. Doom out, double set of entries. And that leaves it on Ziello, 1v2. And actually a healthy bit of time to get comfortable. Legacy aren't aware of that, so they've got 2 players in the site. We're going to learn where Ziello is. There's the swing out from Dumao. Doesn't even play with Nissim there. Just does it on his own.
Yeah, the long smoke was fading, so he wanted to get a quick spot before he went back to holding long side. Didn't want his back just turned the whole time, so very risky, but Dumao feeling it at the start of this map. A great sign for Legacy. Good to see them playing fearless here. James, nice try from backside, got away with one, but it's the jump up that reveals him, and both Legacy players swing. It would have been easy to cower away from the AWP, but they are all in together, and that is the way of Legacy. So 3-0 start. Cutting into this T-side quickly are the Brazilians. Vision with pistols. Focusing on delaying here with the smokes.
I mean, the hot start from Dumao and latto is promising. I think as far as this tournament goes, it's not been their usual standard. This kind of promised firepower duo of Brazil that you've known about for many a year now, and in Legacy have looked really, really solid. You think back to their tournament wins like at CAC, you think back even to that run in Austin. These guys were figureheads of that, and so very, very promising that they both start strong. 6 kills each.
Or chance to jump on this B site. Legacy just went there, they would have had the round, but you never know what lurks behind the smoke. How many PVISION players? No to swap sides. Legacy re-executes. Could they break the timing on this hit? Will they respect the re-smoked banana? Got an HE to break it. Notice realizing that's a lot of util for a fake. It might just have to be a commitment here from Legacy as they charge in.
Without him getting his one, and the stack on the other side of the map, this is just a save for PVISION.
And understandable, but you're going to see a lot of these rounds where it is just one player on either A or B. You know, maybe it's Sway alone in the A side towards apartments. Maybe it's Nota alone on B, but PVISION don't offer you any support. If you can't hold your spot, they're saving. So looking to walk away with some armored pistols and this saved M4. And maybe grab some AKs on the way out. Sway goes hunting. Legacy know what they're up against, though. They are not haphazardly running around, searching for these saving players. Punished here, though, but what a shot from Art. Good recovery as Sway finds a back turn. PVISION get nothing from this round. It's a very strong anti-eco. Everyone surviving. 3 kills for Legacy. Now it's time for PVISION to step up.
With the AWP was hoping to try and force a mid-fight there. Hung around for a moment, but when Legacy don't give you anything, it's not a position you can play forever. They're slow walking this banana control. They've even put great pressure on top middle. Already for PVISION, the map feels so restricted. So here's the reaction just to try and alleviate a bit of this pressure Legacy apply.
Hard, you wouldn't, would you? He's just walked right through their B smoke. This is all a fake at the moment.
These mid players are coming back.
Over-rotating. They can just jump this.
Can block. It's bought you a bit of time. Nota moving back over. He's decided against it.
Yeah, Zelo's saying he's got a resmoke, but I still think you need a second player here because, again, no one in the bomb site, so they're going to swap positions. Zelo tries to block. They're coming through.
Yeah, that smoke not going to hold them back. You attempt the boost. Legacy just hop on that hit so quickly.
And it's just so punishable. That's a problem with these B plays here for PVISION. If you have no one in the bomb site, how are you supposed to get away with enough kills to even open up a retake? Let's just say they go 2 for 2 there. It's still a really difficult round. So PVISION get pulled off of B. Art walks through the smoke. Legacy throw a full execute and then commit on second timing when PVISION think they're comfortable. Their second smoke gets completely disrespected. And as I said coming into this game, if Legacy feel like they have a gap, something to exploit, they're not going to stop doing that. This is Art. He would run up short on Vertigo every round.
It is so hard to not, think back to matchups of old when you have these two captains going head to head.
You know what feels like the desperate solution? It's like just throwing James there with the AWP, but he has the worst possible spawn in this round to do so. So 3B here for PVISION.
I think also it's a bit of like a weird loaded gun you've given yourself here in the moment you see James, the moment you hear an AWP at B, you go, oh, it's a triple B, right? And then you can just pick up the pace on the other side of the map. So maybe feeling like that's not a remedy they have access to yet.
Cheeky little boost here in the smoke. Legacy looking for any advantage, and look how much room they have again.
Step for Nissim. That's got Zway's attention. Little jiggle over here on long. Help from Ziello. That fourth man brought over from the B site.
And they realize it's 4. They don't fall for it and think, hey, there's 2 long players on the A setup. They realize there's only 1 man at this B site. PVISION have done the same. They've re-cleared middle. They're on the hot pursuit.
They know this hit's coming, and now they've got to deal with it.
Where's the rotate? Still 2A.
Ziello at least going to catch Nissim on that fallback, but yeah, these rotations are super late in the day. Legacy are actually holding for this, but a missed shot from Sadzin. And now Jay moving into the line on this AWP. It will be a recovered round for PVISION. There are a lot of ways that could have gone wrong. Thankfully, Ziello just doesn't let up. That was the B player bought over to A.
Oh, that's an AWP in spawn. What's he doing there? James hunting them down. Big triple for Ziello. Love that repush. It was perfect. Feel like PVISION are maybe playing safe because if he dies, Legacy can just run it up mid. And so planning for the worst, hoping for the best. Ziello gives them everything they need and more. Triple kill on the flank to shut down the round for Legacy. That was James hunting with the AWP. You don't see that every day.
Half banana smoke lobbed in from spawn. Just to try and stop the scale. Gives Nota the chance to fight early.
Sometimes that's just what you want to see. There's still a lot of firepower on these PVISION players. Throwing it out there in banana is a nice start to this round. 2 shutdown kills. And it forces Legacy into unfavorable duels all across the map. They don't have the util to stomach this.
Found the gap out towards long. These B players are stopping anyone from moving into CT, but once this moto smoke fades, chance at entries. Latto gonna go on and find the first. That's a player from the pit dealt with. Nissim holding for a re-aggro, just gonna miss his timing here. And now Ziello closing in from that B site. 2 kills on a platter. Can't finish the job. Nota will. And Sadzin yet to get a kill in this game. This is not meant to be his round. Sandwiched in that crossfire. PVISION, back-to-back rounds, starting to find their footing on Inferno.
Looking very calm as a bare minimum here for PVISION. No one getting too stressed here. Double walk into Library. They know they have great timings. They punish Legacy all across the board. That was an excellent round for Nota in Banana. Double entry. They already made that very difficult. Legacy gave themselves a good shot with some trades back on long side, but PVISION keeping themselves above water on this first half. James listening in mid. Again, Nota back for more high damage in Banana. Something Legacy may not have bargained for in this game. Nota's had enough of sitting back in this bomb site. And it's done PVISION a lot of favors. Nice nade as well. Oh, it actually bonks off latto. And so he takes minimal damage. So yeah, 4v5, good call to just re-execute on B. They've got a lot of ground to clear. And some uncertainty about this position. Art's got an extra Molotov. Ooh, nice shot. You could save here. Is that actually the call?
Honestly, this Banana aggression for PVISION is a really nice touch. Not something we've seen in many of their Inferno games, man. Like, often just giving away B space early outside of the util. Letting teams, you know, get that top controlled and trying to block with smokes. And this one works a damn sight better, you know, when you're going for these B fights and then you fall into that quad A stack, suddenly you get a bit of a telegraph from Legacy if they do want to go back to B. They have to go about the, you know, the top Banana util. They have to signal it with a flash just in case you're still in that aggressive stance. I think one of the toughest things that PVISION have had to contend with on this map is just the amount of pops they get dealt onto their solo B hold.
We saw it in the 9T game, right? It was 5-round CT side for PVISION. It really was ugly. They lost that in the third map of the series, and not once did they fight for Banana. Not once did they have Nota doing this. I think it's actually catching Legacy off guard a little bit because we're seeing Art get frustrated. Again, double damage down Banana here from Nota, and Legacy maybe not bargaining for this kind of fight, but it's exactly why it's working here for PVISION. Let's see how Art tries to solve this problem.
Kind of like it because, if I'm honest, I don't even know if this is something, you know, that they've come to the consensus of as a team, or if this is just Nota going for fights down Banana.
I'm getting that feeling as well.
Jame moves over to B with his AWP in this round, but a missed shot. Still, you've seen the AWP in a new position. Does that change Legacy's mind? Or are they just going to commit to this?
Hoping he rotates, perhaps, just looking to slam dunk this B side. Flash is very integral. Jay misses a second shot. Nota again can't do it alone. He can't do a thing. Art with a turnaround takes that kill, and Legacy, I want to say they've won the round. I don't think PVISION can risk it. Will kills get offered up? They have money to play with. That is the only thing. Still 2 more smokes to go. When you hear the CT smoke land again, you just call it off. Oh, Nissim's in mid. PVISION will not investigate. They may not even be saving here if Nissim gets his way. Legacy don't have money of their own, so Nissim doesn't have to go for this. So if anything, I would actually say saving is better here for Legacy. PVISION have a rebuy no matter what.
Terrorists win.
Good patience here for Legacy, who come in with a couple of pistols, a couple of AKs, and this turnaround kill for Art is everything. James misses 2 shots, and Nota needed that instant headshot on Art.
And actually, you know, I quite like the save there for PVISION because they've kind of just bitten the bullet on a save round now as opposed to later. At this point, you know, you've got lowest money, 4 grand on 2 players around about there, but in the upper echelons, 10 grand for Jame, 6.5 for Zwei, nearly 9 for Belchanok. You're in a position where really you're buying till the end of this half, no matter what. And Sure, there are ways that can disrupt that, but it just means next time you're in like a 3-on-3, you don't then have to commit to a save, right? And play for the future. You have a bit more freedom to go for those rounds. You were a man down there. There were smokes blocking you. And so you've traded that unideal retake for potential retake in the future. A timeout ahead of this round for PVISION as they're half in jeopardy, but not unrecoverable. Lagging behind by 3.
6 would be great if PVISION can find every round here, but isn't that easier said than done? Legacy have been threatening on both sides. PVISION don't have any banana control in this round, just relying on their util, minimal damage. Smoke buys time, sure, but they've also been missing this combo. Yeah, again, smoke doesn't land on the half wall, so the molly gets put out. And we've seen Art walk through this before. Yellow making sure that doesn't happen again. Both run back. Again, they leave it to just one man. Finding faith in Cielo to hold the line. Nota rotates. But Legacy are playing for both bomb sites. Hard for PVISION to know where this one's going. To force a second rotation. Love this boost as well, because they know PVISION have to shuffle back inside of the bomb site, but as the smoke fades, they look to just walk it in.
Oh, ahead of the util, and that's a tilting death for Belchenok.
Deep
smoke. Coffin smoke. That's the yellow play around it, same for Nota. Good clear for Art. And locked out of this round. Gonna have to commit to another one of these saves here because you're in an even worse position than last time. 3v5. 8 players haven't moved a muscle.
These are just really hard fights for PVISION at the moment. They're not getting good engagements. Legacy are doing a great job of retaking Banana with minimal util. Oh, look at that punish as well. I thought he got spotted from pit. This is a disaster as PVISION lose more and more players. Money is obviously not the issue here for PVISION, but just lack of competitiveness in this CT side. As Legacy find a 7th T round on Inferno, and they don't look like they want to stop here either. PVISION just looking extremely uncomfortable in B. And when the one round Jane went to assist, he missed both his shots as well. So can't even say that the captain is necessarily the solution here. And the star player of Zwei left alone.
Nice, boa, porra! Bora, vamos fazer esse start que nós, mano, fica gigante no jogo, velho.
PVISION, another buy, another try. But make no mistake, they can't save in this round. It's trolling.
Okay, I like this move. Zwei and James walking it through the apartments on a bit more of an aggressive line, trying to get some info early on this A side of the map. Because up until now, the only place where fights have occurred at the start of these rounds is out towards Banana. But the B players have to prepare for this assault that's coming their way. Fast in around this util. Dumao acting as the tip of this sword drives it right through Ziello. That's the entry. Nade finds good damage. There's a trade for Belchenok, and you've stopped them getting in to this B site.
So scared of these smokes. Legacy haven't scaled. They'll finally do so. They need to re-exec, but look at the health. We've got every single player of Legacy below 50.
Oh, that's a lineup! Oh, with a hat trick!
Despicable.
He's 3 HP as he swings out for that gunfight. And in doing so, has he just secured this on numbers alone for Legacy? Remember, they are still wounded here. They're not exactly in a position to go longing out gunfights in this round. You know PVISION's proclivity to save. You catch Belchenok there. And Nota is in no position to win this. 1v4. And it's wild to think that, you know, something as simple as 6 bullets could end this round in his favor. He's never going to discover that because Legacy just blow them out the water. Low on HP, no worries.
3 health, 3 armor, 0 dams given. Art just swings banana and ends the round. Love the call for Legacy. They've been slowly meandering towards B while taking long, taking apartments, making a ruckus on A, and this round they just charge it. Second timing B pop, and just PVISION have nothing to say about it. Blown up in their face has this first map. And Legacy are loving life. Oh, James needs this opening kill. He just moves off the line. They're going to get up middle fast, and he misses his shot again. It's not been James' day. Don't let his scoreline, his KD, elude you. He has just been out of this one. Same setup. Arch swing. There is a trade, and still in apps. They hold strong, but Belcher knocks low, and there's a punish.
Oh, it's away. Doing damage, teaming up with Ziello. And it's left to Sadzin, who hasn't really been a requirement thus far for Legacy. All alone in a 1v3. 1 kill to his name.
This is a great move.
Gonna try and find the gap. Nota won't be able to move in a position in time. Still out towards the speedway. It's never even attempted that trade. That's given Sadzin a 1v1 at this A bomb site.
I feel like Nota had the line, but then the peak just came in too quick. He didn't get the comm off. Sadzin has all the time in the world to go wherever he wants. He could be walking back banana for all Nota's concerned, but he's got to commit and stay close to Zwei. Play off the info. Zwei has not got to play in this game. He has had to save round after round. Now is his chance to deliver PVISION 1.
Sadzin confirms it with the spot, but won't survive the night. Wanted to try step up, hand pluck them a 1v3 out of that, couldn't hack it, and Zwei finally given a chance to play. Secures a 4th round for PVISION.
Oh wow, there's the first for Huntfrag. Hiko gets a double. There's still 2 players left. They got no help on them. 13 and 3. Oh my goodness, how does he do this? How does Hiko do it again?
Trouble in PVISION as Legacy comes storming towards the finish line here on Inferno. A beautiful T-side called by Art, and Dumao and Latto cracking heads as Legacy look to survive the day in this elimination matchup. It's another poor CT side for PVISION. It's all too familiar at this major. While Legacy have lost to Mouse and Na'Vi, PVISION, their run has been shambolic. Monty, 9Z, and now Legacy beating up on a team that took trophies at the top of this season. Is there anything in this map for PVISION?
I mean, one thing that's certainly made life harder for them is Dumao and Latto finally giving us the form we've come to expect from this duo. 11 kills apiece each. They've both been contributing. Dumao was getting gnarly entries out towards that B site and so many rounds in the first half. And so we need someone to deliver here for PVISION. They've been blocked in their pistol.
Luckily, they're in no hurry. That gives time for James to take the long side, and Legacy recommit in B. They push the smoke.
Look at that.
They're just going to start rotating.
Look at the power of information.
Goes a long
PVISION
way.
could learn a lot from that. Little clear at top banana. Stack going to start to move over, but it won't get here in time. You're hoping Sadzin can just take 1 or 2 with him. There's the first. Anything else? Art arrives on the spam, helps him out. And now Sadzin's still down here in the pit, tries to force another engagement. Ends up giving away that advantage with it, the pit position. But it's all well and good, because on the other side of this smoke, as it fades, Legacy with the baiting coming through. That re-smoke has slowed this down massively.
Well, revenge. Art did get a full smoke spam kill, and so they fire right back. Art would have had Zwei back sight, but his teammate moved from the bottom of the boost. Now Latto's left to just get kills on the way out. This is PVISION with a pistol round, and an integral one at that. On the back foot here in this T side. So Latto runs away with nothing to save. It's PVISION looking good.
Terrorists win.
That's something. Notice looking sharp in some of these rounds. That was a nice tap. Had a couple of B holds, or rather banana holds. B holds were less frequent. More spy for Legacy. Sadzin saving for Orb. Low and slow here for PVISION. Apartment control. Triple short. In comes the pop.
One Dumao's just left. Sure, can start to feel a little weird if you don't stop these players getting out of the apartments. Belchanok, that is wild. Mid-air, doesn't care.
Belchanok, he's in the air, firing. And that's fine for PVISION, that's enough. Scary when the first kill comes in, but PVISION relieve the tension. Legacy have to say very little. So is this going to be another game where James grinds you down? Because you've got to be as patient as him sometimes on these T sides. Just hope Legacy don't lose their eye on the ball. You know, this recommitting into B, gathering of info, the stuff that Legacy do best. I want to see more of that when the guns come out. But now it's just one more eco, and Art's never heard of her. So he gets a mag 7.
I don't hate it.
No, I love it.
You can play him alone over towards B with this. Sadzin, maybe drop him an extra smoke just to buy a bit more time. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So quad A stack.
There's money to be made.
Oh, Sadzin even went and retrieved him one extra smoke. So he's got a bunch of them.
I don't want them to go A, though. I want to see what this mag has to offer. $900 a kill. They say art is a lucrative business.
Modern art, not so much so. 16 points of health after the skirmish and called for rotations. That's going to leave Legacy out of position.
Well, we remember the classics, don't we? A long time ago. PVISION, though, up long side. This round is theirs for the taking.
They're taking their time with this. I think Legacy are made more uncomfortable by how drawn out this is, honestly. They weren't even sure, kind of umming and ahhing about beginning those rotations in the first place. Felt like they just wanted to save. So they are going to commit to that idea. I hope Dumao goes looking for something on this Mag 7, because you said it earlier, there is money to be made with this. Especially trying to punish saving players, but it looks like PVISION have already figured out where Legacy aren't on the back of this deep clear out towards Library. So they've got a safe route to exit. No money made from the shotgun, no weirdness. It's a streak of clean rounds. Art knows what he's up against.
Terrorists win.
That's exactly what's happening right now for PVISION. They are doing very drawn-out rounds where they default very tight and they don't lose a player. And then, boom, 3 out of apps, 3 out of B, 3 up long.
They got 9 players.
Yeah. Sometimes it can feel like that. And so Legacy... Info is power here on the CT side. Let's see how they deal with this come the gun round. Sadzin's AWP is out. He's had a very quiet game, though. He's got to try and find a feeling for it now. So much of this map has been led by just double entry work for Dumao and latto and led to PVISION saving. We're now on the CT side. Everybody needs to hold their own.
I mean, really, you are looking at the A-bomb site, right? Like that aforementioned duo find themselves playing B together. You'd like to imagine this half of the map is going to be on lock. It's the A site maybe you have some questions of. Sadzin does need to find his form on this AWP. Nissim and Art been getting a bit of a free ride too. And with a missed shot from Sadzin, it takes this boost alongside to claw one back.
I don't realize it's a boost. There's another for Art. Easy done, not even needed. Legacy locking this in. Nade on the smoke. Latto's found a 3rd kill. And Long is a lockout here for PVISION. They just have Belchanok trying to fight his way back into this round. Flash to move forward. Art behind the box, not looking to offer up an easy kill. Belchanok has to drop. He's got to make noise, hunting this kill down to the site. Art will not let him have it. 3 kills from the captain of Legacy. Great round from him. Feels like PVISION did not get the memo that that boost was in play. There was no smoke in the kill feed. It was Art over the top of it. They find out too late. It's a PVISION smoke that does not bloom to their favor.
I mean, if one thing is clear, Ark knows what he's up against. I think he very succinctly described the style that PVISION are going to try and play to his team, and great use of just the gimmick around the long smoke to stop them doing exactly that. Boost up, nets himself a double. Round is basically a lock-in from that point on. I think he's already shown a really good understanding of what he's up against in this game. Another example of them trying to force that opening fight.
Legacy love a boost. Always got a few tricks up their sleeve. This shot for Sadzin on that one. Just saw something through the edge of the smoke. Retrieving more utility as they come back towards Banana. Haven't seen a full B assault in this half yet for PVISION. Been A focused for the last 4 rounds. So let's see what this looks like. PVISION getting everything in order. It looks like they just want to pop. That smoke is annoying though. They weren't really lining up much of an execute. Now they will. So they can break this open and in come the Vision.
Art's in the right place though. Third man over here. Break on that smoke. And he plays to deny the space on the smoke break. Does great damage on the spam to boot. latto much the same. They're not able to stop that initial push through. latto had to wrestle with that AK. 2 low players in front of him. Pressure is on the captain of PVISION to try and bring them into this round. He's the only guy with health. There's a backstab closing in. The map is shrinking. And the ship's sinking for PVISION. James, the captain, can't put it back on course. Legacy onto double digits. And PVISION broke.
James was trying to bail there with 10 seconds. He was trying to run away. He didn't want his odds on latto in the B bomb site. Nice shutdown from latto. Multi-kill from back of quad. No one even looking his way. He'd fired off earlier, but they killed a guy coming through coffins. They thought that was the last player. Surprise, surprise. 3 in this site, and boy does it hold. Better than PVISION's first half. Legacy, when the chips are down, they step up to the task.
I mean, also, you know, we talk a lot about reads in this game. That was like a real focus of conversation from the get-go. Art read them like a book in this round, didn't he? Right, just the triple B start from the offset almost, right? Lent into that AAA right at the beginning, but then Art moves over and never budges. Even though they don't have a lot of information on A, it's not like they're in deep positions. They've just heard nothing. They've seen nothing. They get dealt the B exec, and they are more than ready for it.
Legacy just starting to storm ahead now. Was a converted pistol by PVISION, but back-to-back rounds for Legacy. Notice had enough again. Back up Banana with a brutal entry kill on this hero AK. That is the way back in. 5v4 on this otherwise eco round. It's handed over to Cielo, who also has Kevlar. Everybody gets a go here for PVISION, but how will they close the round, I wonder? 1 smoke available. You feel called in to be. Art's trying to get the gun? I think he did. They've just got to pop.
Oh, this boost is getting thrown in. Awkward timing, but it gets there just in time. Good clear for Cielo. And so PVISION breaking through that B hold. You know what they would do if they were on this CT side? They'll be looking to save. Nissim runs over, but decides against it. Not worth trying this 2v3. Out of position, an AWP to hold on to.
Sadzin says, I ain't walking through that door. I've got an AWP, and I'm in pit. So this is a forced save here by Legacy. Nice call for PVISION. That was the best way to win the round. Sure, a bit of luck on the timing that Legacy go for the boost. And of course, a smoke doesn't land, which I think it actually works out for PVISION because they might have blocked the bottom player. Instead, they take that gap and they see both players setting up. So a mistake wins PVISION that situation. And Tech9's are the right guns for the job, just running at Legacy. A round that Legacy can write off. But something to remember, that Nota can throw himself up banana like that and look for an entry. It's been a very slow T-side for PVISION. That is a change of pace.
Okay, the craziest buy you've ever seen. Not only are they putting money in, I don't necessarily think that's the crazy part, right? You're still trying to chase the win, but it's what they bought, man. It's the double AWP coming out. Art donning his alongside Sadzin.
Confident, and that's why.
And now you've seen that AWP. They're hoping the response is to pick up the pace. Banana side right into the double AWP setup.
Love it. You can see Nota, no flash call for, just goes for it. Thinks he has a rifle fight. He won that last round. He would have loved an M4 around that corner. Perfect setup here from Legacy, and a 5v3 that can just fall back. Sway searching 4 and 9. Had many chances to be impactful in this game. This is one where he's required, and well, he thought about it, but got so many nades here for PVISION. Could make something happen together. There are a lot of gaps, but Art is
Bomb
watching
is
this.
left at T-spawn. Well, like T-ramp.
Might not matter anyway. It's a third AWP shot connecting. PVISION might just be best to save. So, of all times to bring in the double AWP, that's up there with the least expected. And great to see Sadzin connecting a confident shot.
Yeah, very really. Like that's what the whole round hinged upon in a way, right? You get that reaction out through Banana once they learn where the AWP is, but it's made so much more valuable by the fact that he gets that opening kill, allows Art to strike with surprise over towards B. And from that moment on, 5v3, it's almost hard to give that one away.
Now the danger is that you've got the double AWP and they know. But I think there's worse maps to have it on. It's not as exploitable here on Inferno, especially with the pace we've seen out of PVISION. Maybe they'll lean apps.
I mean, especially because, you know, you think double AWP, usually you think the solution to that is something a little bit pacier, playing together, 5 guys just rushing, trying to get past an AWP. And on Inferno, you kind of lose the round anyway, even if they get, clean entries. So maybe don't feel the burden of this double AWP so much. Art and Sadzin remain split up, one on either end of the map. Oh, the timing on that. Strong turn for his flashbang right as Nissim takes the peak. And Sadzin getting aggressive, ends up feeding Nota an equalizing kill out towards Banana.
Chance to dance on this B site. Nota keeping up the threat, but see retreat. PVISION on finish though. They're still putting pressure on. Good flash to chase down this, and more info on Art. Gonna drop off the balcony. Hit James with a nade on the way out as well, but James waiting for this repeat from Art. Shadow, and Art hits the shot. That is a difficult shot to hit. Art has kept Legacy in this round. He's forced PVISION into the stack.
With him defending A so valiantly, they try and commit in a B. They're going into the stack versus the 2 top performers for Legacy.
Uh-oh.
Latto and Dumao drop that bomb, and there's no time, no chance for Ziello. He's on a recovery mission, trying to get out of this round with an AWP. But Art does not seem like he wants to give this away. Finishes the job with a pistol whip. Ooh. Legacy on to map point.
It always felt like a matter of time after such a strong offensive half from Legacy, but nice to see them do it quick and cleanly so far. 12-8. PVISION are full broken right now, not just mentally, but monetarily. We got 2 to 3 grand a player. We've got a hero AK on James. We got a hope, a dream, and probably a second map coming up soon. Art, Fallen-esque, the way that he can just wield this AWP. The gun he gave up, but he still got it in him. Beautiful shots, and back to the solo AWP on Sadzin, who It's part of the two-man hold today. If PVISION jump the gun here, they're again going into this stack. Hitting your head. Hawk gets up, though. Notes is already low on this AK. They're going.
They're just full committing. Lack of smoke actually gives them an angle onto the boost.
Look who's left.
Still latto and Doom out. This has been the troublesome duo. They've done big damage. Can latto finish the job?
Surely he can.
Steals himself away at the back of the site, looking to end this one stylishly.
Ooh.
latto tapped out. And that leaves Saturn in this sim. 2 versus 3. Resmoke at CT.
Give it a go.
Nade's big. Nade is very big, but just off the mark. That could have been bomb denied. 2v2, chance to close in. Now you've got to earn this round. Double pit setup. This I'm going to try and walk in. They'll need to swing from this player on Nubox to bail them out. Maybe not. James with a blinder. And Sadsin trying to save.
Ooh. Good luck. Offer is there, and now they know he's locked in, so he can't get out without fighting. James going to die with a bomb just to make sure Sadsin does the same. Nice move from James. That's high value on the escape. Prioritizes taking that gun out of the hands of Legacy on this round win for PVISION. Again, what has worked best for them is chasing CT spawn before the smoke blooms. They once more catch Legacy boosting up in CT. Art is anti-flash waiting for util, and they are way ahead of the timing there. So PVISION, nice surprising pop on this B bomb site, but Legacy, they're still going to rebuy. They're still going to give it a go. 2 MP9s and an AWP to try and close it quick.
It does just feel like PVISION have gaslit themselves and they're thinking they can win these games by taking as fewer fights as possible. The rounds they've looked their best is when they take the most.
Yeah.
Those open CT sight lines, Noto delivering entries, even thinking about some of those B rounds where he just went for the audacious deep banana peek like Dumau's doing now.
Okay. Take a bit of a beating, though. Oh, the grenade on the face. 2 players tagged heavy here for PVISION. Dumau takes the SMG. It's rotating. But they've got to watch out again because PVISION are jumping the gun. Finger on the trigger. Big boom. Oh.
Nades have done so much damage. But if no one capitalizes on that, the round gets written off. And with latto falling, I think you do just throw in the towel.
It's all unconfirmed damage. The smoke spammer, the first player on James, nades on 3 others. They've done so much damage and none of it is known. So Legacy just have to walk away in a 4v5. That is a really annoying round to lose. They don't know how close they were. But PVISION, they've just started having enough, haven't they? They again catch Art jiggling with nades out in CT, and they just chase on this B bomb site, just playing very quick timing.
It's coming from Nota, man. It has been all game.
Yeah.
Just the one guy to kind of
Pace setter.
Be willing to take all these risks, willing to take all these fights, and with the rest of the team following in tow, PVISION are looking good for it. Double digits secured. This now becomes doable, and the first timeout forced out of Legacy all game.
That shows something, doesn't it? The fact that they haven't used any in this map at any point. I mean, to be fair, it's been going to plan. 8-4 first half. They lose pistol. Conversion makes it close. But never really threatened. Their gun rounds have been so successful. Even on this CT side. Now getting drawn into question. 2 rounds in a row for PVISION. Money getting removed for Legacy. And Harry, they're buying again. What will this look like? More MP9s. Latto, if he can just save and not buy, he's fine next. And so for the most part, yeah, Latto sells. It's just these 4 saved players. I was going to say, Latto buying up would be high risk.
This is good though, right? You get to keep this one threatening thanks to that save, and then you have another round, one final chance if it's required. Big question for me here is what Sadsin going to try do on this orb. He's got to toe a very fine line, has to be in a position where he can save if the round gets away from them, but still wants to try and find some impact with the most valuable gun in this round.
Yeah, I like this app setup here. Still putting focus on B because that's where PVISION have won these last 2 rounds, but at the same time, Sadzin's not so passive. He's out of commission. Could absolutely find an incision here.
They actually cleared the apartments. Nice info to have. Sadzin thought about trying his luck at a mid-fight. No one was actually looking this way. He's not to know that. Doesn't want to risk that AWP on a wayward mid-peak.
It's all on this CT fight for PVISION on these B hits. They're going for it again. They've punished CT. Nissim's looking anti-flash again. It's this timing that's going to be a big question for PVISION. When do they go? Resmoked again, 40 seconds, pushing Sadzin back, removing info from middle. PVISION are about to hit this site though.
Art and Sadzin have done as much as they can to confirm what's happening in this round. Now it's on to the B players, now it's on to this stack. Cause some chaos, MP9 getting the ball rolling. Entry back for Zwei. Damage done on this spam. Nothing super valuable. Sadzin is going to commit to this save, but everyone else can certainly throw themselves in to some gunfights here for Legacy. A 3v4 retake at B. Nissim dead first. Sadzin has closed in, Banana side. They're in no position to go for this. Shut out by PVISION on another B exec. It has been a string of these at the tail end of Inferno. And so now questions going to be racing through the mind of Art on this Legacy CT side. Do you think they do it again? Do they just run back this B hit that has been so successful? Or is this now where James makes his change? That's the mind game that Art's having to contend with.
Yeah, difficult question here. And to be honest, I think it's been ugly B-holds here for Legacy. Great execution for PVISION. They're starting to get more util on it as well, but we've had multiple stacks on this B-bomb side that have crumbled completely for Legacy. So even 3 here, sure, only 1 man actually in. He gets popped through the CT smoke, but Legacy have not really been close in these B-holds. They've been saving from the get-go. So a chat to the coach again. Use it or lose it on this timeout. May as well call back-to-back timeouts for Legacy. Unless you don't want to give PVISION one. Regardless, here we are. PVISION have longed this out, as they often do. Every single round of regulation required, despite an 8-4 T-side for Legacy.
Wonder if you get a left side mid-peak for Sadzin.
Oh.
Had a good spawn to do so. And he does try scope up with that orb right off the rip, but nothing seen.
Lobbed a nade down middle.
PVISION a little bit wider this time, right, on a default. Instead of just looking for that banana control, they've entrusted that responsibility to Nota and Zwei, while the rest of them fan out, stop any aggression for Legacy across other areas of the map. But now they are regrouping.
Legacy don't like this B-hold, so they're going to live and die by the banana fight. They've got a player at sandbags. They've got a flash teed up by latto. Art's going to fight for this, and maybe Dumas will even join him. They want to clash here with PVISION. No better time for it after some respectful banana holds across both halves of this game. Legacy all in the final round.
Asks for the flash, catches them on that boost. Does a good chunk of damage, but only gets out with the 1. Still info there. That was the bomb spotted on banana alongside 3 players.
Such a huge covering kill for Belchanok. They were lining up there on that boost.
Gonna lob in the exec. Are they gonna go with it? Cielo has pulled away from his lurk out towards the apartments. He's joining them at banana. They threw in these smokes, and if they do want to use them, they've got to go now. They're blocked at top banana. Nade on Belchanok to break this open. You're getting sent in to this crossfire.
Just a flash and a run, a final ditch attempt to swing in for this final round. PVISION are blind, back sight, only Dumas remains. They nade him as well. He is out of commission. This is a bomb plant and overtime poised for PVISION. A comeback that has come through out of nowhere. Legacy have to try.
Saturn's been very, very cold on this AWP. He's about to force a fight out of Ziello, but that shot misses. That could have been the one that turned the tide in this man-down retake. Instead, a new position, time against you. Jame making matters worse. And Sadzin, try as he might, there is no winning in this position. PVISION pull us into overtime. A fleet of B hits at the tail end of Inferno. 4 back-to-back-to-back.
They are just so resilient, and so many quiet players on the scoreboard in this map for PVISION. Belchanok is one of them, but he finds 4 frags in this round. The nade of the backside player who could have ended it all. The cover in Banana to find art on that reswing. Everything from Belchanok, it has saved PVISION. Shocking they're still here, but why am I doubting Jame on a comeback? Just can't believe it after such a struggling CT side for PVISION. This offense has been offensive. Legacy getting abused on their B-bomb site as much as PVISION were. And that's with stacks, that's with 3-man holds. That's with Banana damage with utility. Feel like Legacy have had everything going for them in this game and they still couldn't close in regulation. Change of tune. Banana take. PVISION find to wait out that smoke. Still a lot of the map to clear. Dumount only has a Molotov on B. Odds gambling. Because the whole map is quiet, but Dumount's just been picked. He gets that molly out in his dying breath. That molly allows the rotate back. But the PVISION want to play with their food. Fight up middle. Sadzin holds the line. B spotted. Art. Surely not. Surely not Art.
This is just the last thing you expect. Art has the round in the palm of his hands. He waits for that 4th man to cross in. And this backstab. Oh, they turn and check it. Art only gets out with 1. Jame had a funny feeling. And it's kept PVISION in this round. A man down. Struggling to get that bomb planted. latto flash through. What's Noah made of? Flashes leave him blind. And it takes Legacy so long, but they get that elusive 13th round, picking up the first in OT.
What a play for Art, man. It absolutely shakes the round up. It drops Jame on the AWP, who would have been a perfect cover for those CT flashes. It makes Belchanok turn around and find that key trade, but in doing so, he gets spammed through the smoke. The whole round goes into chaos, and Legacy thrive in chaos. Flashes through twice over. They take it right back. First CT round in a minute after PVISION's 4 in a row to force overtime. My God, Art still making ridiculous plays. And I do love that Jame had that funny feeling. It was too clear. We go again. PVISION feel like they need some T-side rounds. That's his first aggressive move in Banana all game. Just nades and gets out. No AWP to connect.
Good damage on this util though, right? Note has been the one guy kind of opening up so many of these rounds, was the one player who even CT side proved to be annoying. And so softening him up, getting rid of some of that punch out of PVISION feels worth it for Legacy.
Gonna execute, they're just gonna go again. PVISION looking to speed things up. Oh, getting blocked there, Belchanok. Do they really want to run through?
Looks like it. Line up for latto and Dumount. Just a shooting gallery as 1 by 1. PVISION cross in. And they go from the gray screen to the black screen. Shut down on that B hit. And James' save is not happening. The Legacy in their spawn, art behind enemy line, stops the save.
Oh.
2 in a row now for Legacy.
Yeah, you can see what they were doing, but then their own molly kind of blocks them in front of that smoke, and that does a lot of damage. It kind of slows the timing down, and then you consider that there are 0 flashes over the wall on this hit. So Legacy have full vision as PVISION come through smoke. Really awkward. And they're looking upset about it as well, because this chance to close is flying out the window with every T round they lose.
Also just feels so rough in OT, losing 2 in a row like that. They're broke now.
Full rush.
And they're just going to try and end this with a Hail Mary B hit straight into the stack. Not the type of round you're used to seeing out of this PVISION squad.
This is just a game on the B side right now. Another site exists, but we don't know where it is. PVISION full send banana rush into another triple B, because why would you start 3 anywhere else? Disastrous overtime half here for PVISION. The team that always finds a way back in. Can they really do it from this?
Big grand plan of trying to exploit the A site, hoping it's a little under-defended, has just failed before their very eyes. Nade knocking out Zwei before the hit even comes through. 30 seconds left, they're sneaking around, but gotta end somewhere. Gotta go into this stack. Belchenok handed off a Molotov that is at least gonna burn this pit player out of position. Nissim doesn't have a smoke to extinguish, so you will be able to force 1 gunfight before you begin your sight hit.
Okay, we're on.
Belchenok had to find that one. There's still the Sadzin orb left to get past, and he hits the flick up. Art arrives just in time. Flawless CT campaign in OT out of this Legacy squad.
Yeah, beautiful shutdowns on this B-bomb site. What they couldn't do in regulation, they finally managed to hold down in OT.
And now you think back to Legacy's T side, or more I guess, PVISION's CT side, just how often it was down to these one-man B holds. I think if you're Legacy, you're thinking back to that. And maybe just look to abuse it with all this extra room to play with. You know, at some point, they're going to go back to the classic strat on this CT half of 1 guy B, 4 guys A. And so I think you're going to see a couple more B hits before Inferno is over.
Double AWP as well. Note is going to bring it in to this CT side, looking to grab an early advantage. Jame won't use his aggressively. Legacy. Oof, double nades land in middle. That's going to beckon them in. Knowing some of the tools from the kit are out on the ground. See, the full exec on this A site looking to play first. He walked under him. Belchenok didn't realize he was running into him on the wall. Nissim underneath Belchenok. 5v4 art caught by Spawn. Slow down. This B split's getting shut. Goes back to look for a pick in banana. They have 2A, 2B, and they know it. But cancel the plan. We're ending A after all. James sits patient in the site with the orb. It's not been a James game, but he can redeem himself with this shot.
Nails it. Latto gone. Backstab for Nissim, though, will connect.
We're on.
1 man down here in the pit. Rotate as Yellow's about to arrive and might just catch Nissim. Doesn't complete on this kill, and now he's just going to try and waste their time. He says to the rest of the gang, look, I'm on my last legs. Tries to take one with him, can't manage it. Spam from Sadzin brings the Yellow low, and it's chaos with that bomb down in this 2v2. Dumau looking for that second player, goes out, finds Nota, and deals the killing blow to PVISION. It takes an overtime, but Legacy get the job done flawlessly. And their map pick, 16-12, a success. Longing it out over PVISION, which is the hardest job. Now for the PVISION squad, they've got to hope they get started here this time around. And so to go 0-3 would be a colossal failure for this PVISION squad.
Yeah, without a doubt. Just be disappointing with, you know, the level that we've gotten from this team and these players in this tournament. You know, you could make the case for Legacy. Hey, they came through stage 2, they grinded, it took them a few days, they played some decent teams, and yeah, okay, stage 3, they drew Na'Vi, they drew Mouse, they had really difficult matchups. Can't really say the same for PVISION. Sure, 9-0 on a heater, but they also lost to Monty as well, and these are teams you would expect PVISION to beat on a good day. Well, is today a good day? It's time to find out. Second map of this series, PVISION pick Legacy, looking to lock them out. Loser of this BO3 going home empty-handed from the Major.
Art's showing a good understanding of what to expect from his IGL counterpart in the PVISION squad. Knows it's going to be a lot of these slow starts that ramp up into these quick pops, and that's exactly what they're dealt in this pistol. A mid to B, taking shape quickly. Only 2 players in at this B site, but those Dorperettas tear through the mid component. Backstab for James, only gets out with 1. And that felt like it had all the makings of a PVISION pistol. They're splitting onto the B site. Only 2 players there for Legacy. And somehow Legacy don't just pull through, they do it decisively.
Yeah, we're getting the games out of latto and Dumao that we were promised here. Obviously, it's been a quiet stage for these 2 players. Everyone of Legacy in the red rating coming into this matchup. But big double from latto in the doorway. Him and Dumao were rocks on that B-bomb site. Back last map. So full eco here for PVISION. Only James puts money in for once on account of his single kill. So Legacy just sit back and relax because there's very little you can do with Glocks here. Should be a simple job of sending us to the gun round. Gun round that Sadzin will feature an AWP in. Let's see if he can make some money on the way.
Art doesn't have head armor, but I don't think we have to worry about it. Let's see. Hope not. Shut down for Dumao. No worries here. We know about Zwei down in CT, and they've spotted Belchenok out on long. It's a quick finish. You also saw Sadzin rolling with the USP in that one, so James should be good to make the educated guess that Legacy are going to bring that AWP out as fast as possible. And it seems like Art might be having some more PC issues. Had to have a computer swapped out for him in the first map.
Third PC of the match.
What's Art doing to these computers?
Kicking them under the table. I want to just believe that this isn't tilt for Cielo, just because we see him so often with head in hands. I'm just going to tell myself that.
Maybe it's a bit of biohacking.
Yeah.
You know, like conditioning.
Bit of
you put your head in your hands in anticipation of good things to come, and you trigger that to be the emotion you feel when you do it, so you're untiltable.
Or it could just be the Cyclone deep breaths.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing them these days. They're meditating. And maybe just get them like a stack of PCs. Have them ready to go.
Laptop off to the side just in case.
Satin will have that orb in the next round. So I'm kind of hoping to get a bit more out of him on Dust2. You can't hide like you can on Inferno.
Yeah. No, I think that's 100% fair enough. Like, you know, Inferno is always a bit of a divisive AWP map. You kind of have one half you can really wield it on. Even then, on the CT side of things, it's not like he was blowing us away. He had a couple of openings, but you are dead on. There's less to hide behind. James going to be super involved. You want that orb firing off. It's also, you know, this is like a bit of a drop down in stage 3. 4 Sads in was fine. Stage 2, sure, wasn't matching up to the heights of the riflers in this team in latto and Dumao, but wasn't really a problem either. Just a couple of solid games in there. But since arriving in stage 3, undeniably has struggled. Because, you know, versus PVISION, games often end up coming down to the wire just by virtue of how they play. And so the idea that, you know, your AWP giving you 10% more on the day could have made a difference in those final couple of rounds, yeah, that matters.
Meanwhile, Harry on the A stream, Vitality.
Yeah, how's that going?
They managed to take down Miles. They've just won 2-1 after losing Dust2.
Oh, thank goodness.
What? For Pick'ems? You had them 3-0.
Yeah, everyone did. Nah,
It's
the Pick'ems are screwed, but it's like also the playoffs would suck without with Vitality having a battle back 1-2 down, multiple chances for upset. We're all feeling a little better that they were able to get through that one.
Aren't we just shaping up today? We're going to get a lot of answers. Bet Boom Furia later on, as well as Spirit 9Z for 3-0 games. Going to get our first playoff qualifications.
I think the Spirit 9Z game is super. I mean, both of those matchups are super interesting.
I know you're all high on 9Z, but they did get banged
pretty
out.
high on
They got
9Z.
4 rounds against Spirit when they played them in stage 2.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, they've leveled up since that point.
I
but
think
have they
though,
leveled
like,
up that much?
Don't underestimate what a bit of confidence does for a team, especially a young squad like that.
Sure. Beat Vitality.
You know, guy like
yesterday.
Luchov, Argentinian donk, getting to play real donk.
Wow. Mayan, Argentinian donk's friend.
Yeah, he's there. Wasso Peak. Not Argentinian.
Chilean, of course. We're chilling while we wait for Legacy to get another computer for art. But he looks like he's logging back in. PVISION, not ideal to have to just sit in this and stew. Of course, cannot talk during the tech timeout, so no going over the notes, no chatting to your team about approaching this next round. Dust2, wonder if he'll even consider a pause after this. It's very commonplace to see one coach go for it after an extended tech just to refocus the squad. And right now, PVISION, they need this opening gun round. They need to start strong in this second map, because otherwise we'll be seeing an early exit from this team. It will be a repeat of the Budapest 0-3 stage 3. The difference is this time is this is where they started. We didn't mind when this squad fell out of Budapest in that third stage after grinding through 3-1 and 3-2 in the previous. They show up only to go home empty-handed. That does not feel the same, especially with the success we've seen from this squad throughout 2026. Be a real sour way to end the season. Might be punctuated by roster changes, just based on the messaging inside of this team. Hard to know from the outside. PVISION up in smoke. Oh no. PC number 4.
Oh, I can't believe it, man.
All right, we're going to be on an extended break here.
Oh,
here,
no, I thought that was coming. I saw you speaking to someone.
Yeah, we'll be back, folks. ParaVision Legacy continues after this.
With the matchups moving forward, and I think if they can avoid someone like Na'Vi, let's say, in some sort of a game, I think they still have a decent chance to make it through.
Yeah, it's not the worst showing, all right? You know, it is Vitality after all. You know, they're the favorite to go through and win it all right. And then with all the history that is with this matchup, I still think it's fine. And, you know, whether this roster is going to be the one moving forward for Mouse, then I still think there's some positives to take out from this game overall. I think they showed a glimpse of what they can bring to the table. But then again, it's a little bit what we've seen before from them. You know, we do get a little belief that they're going to be making it, and then they seem to be having a hard time closing out the games.
Yeah.
A little bit of an upset game there on Dust2, and it's just like a kind of a repeat, right? But there's got to be more to it than the eye catches.
Do you want to dive into some specifics, Ron?
Yes, please.
Okay, round
Please,
7. You've got it. Let's roll it. What's the story?
Let's focus up here. Yeah, this is like I said, there was a moment, you're like, Mouse, they're back in it, 3 rounds in a row, score is tied, it's an equal with a couple of saved guns, but Robs finds Spinks in window, gets that man advantage, picks up an AK. They do find Flamesy and don't decide to speed up towards the B bomb side, rotate back to A, but this is where Zybo and Robs are ready and waiting, right? Just a combination of frags from the two of them. They both had an incredible performance here on Inferno, and this is where you felt like they've shut the door on any potential comeback from the side of Mouse.
This is ridiculous. I mean, you pointed out what they were combined 30 kills at what, like round 11 or something ridiculous. Like that's absurd. If you're Mouse, like, good luck. Good luck.
That's like the 2 people you don't want to be showing up, right? But that's what they did.
All right, we're back. It looks like Art's PC problems dealt with, and Legacy ready to play as he's back in the server now. Now, as we headed in to that little timeout, with Sadzin saving in round 2 to bring out this AWP into the first rifle round. It was a real talking point, and he tries to play it forward. We're keeping a close eye on him after a quiet Inferno, an attempt to force the entry.
Ooh.
It doesn't come through. Mid-space taken here for ParaVision.
Game of cat and mouse. Up cat, they go. Dumao falls back. Just chasing. ParaVision could just execute. It's quite tempting at this point, but Satin's going to try and initiate. We'll just leave him in the open. Quick shot comes in, back down spawn. It's up to Dumao.
He's making his life a bit of a misery out on the ramp, and he's got a smoke to extinguish. Dumao dead at the first turn. Still dedicated to a long fight here. Sway on a very, very late lurk out those long doors.
Doesn't need to play. They have the bomb down. The pressure is on Legacy at this point, so Art's going to take a fight. Sway might swing off of this.
The Art's attention is just in the wrong place, and so yeah, Sway having the extra room, plays it forward out through those long doors. And with that, it's a quick round on the board for ParaVision. They don't wait long to give us a taste of what their Dust2 might offer.
Yeah, really well played lurk for Sway. Would have been easy to feel like you have to go out there, but Legacy had no threat on that round. They were all spawn side. ParaVision able to escape thanks to Sway's space. So first gun round going swimmingly here for ParaVision. Legacy will keep their guns alive. And that AWP that finds 2 kills. So no panic yet for Legacy. One more swing for money problems.
He's been showing that he's keen to try and get involved on the AWP. With a short molly down, he's not able to go for this mid swing.
Right from that smoke to cover him, it lets him peek up top middle. is very important. It's going to push him back. He loses info. This is a B hit waiting to happen. Not going to get that smoke in. Nissim has back turned.
Just juggled it across, timing off on this. Nissim won't get gun out in time. It's on to latto now, having to put up a valiant defense, and they just swarm him. 4 players battling through this double B hold. Timing goes awry for Legacy, and with it, round quickly forgotten about.
Legacy, so much more fear of the mid to B than of the B hit. Handing over that smoke to potentially block doors if PVISION went out mid to B with their util, but they just get faked out, and PVISION hit a nice timing in through the tunnel split. No mid control required. A nice pacey round out of PVISION, seeing some bravado in this gameplay.
I think if your Legacy, some frustration's going to be building up. I think actually that first rifle round from them was a series of good ideas, right? They put themselves in good positions. Sadzin went for the AWP pick down in lower. It's a little bit annoying that he missed the shot, right? Because it was a good play. It would have alleviated a lot of that mid pressure, would have wasted time for the Cat players and what ended up being that A-side take. And you don't feel like you can run back sending the AWP into lower in this round. So had to pick a new position. Then the mid was a little bit weaker. And it had Legacy paranoid about that mid to be just kind of this cascading effect from what was a well-cooled second round, but the execution wasn't there. And then it leaves him in a bad way for the 4th. Going around the turn now, it's PVISION looking to move in a pole position with this force buy around the saved guns. Legacy do put money in here, and again, an attempt to force these openings on the AWP.
A lot going on Cat. Boost up for the rifle, finding onto Yellow. Not expecting that. Sway getting a B-pick might just open up the opportunity. He's just storm in. That nade is a big problem. Sway has to give it up. All comes chasing down, and he does not let Sway get away with much.
You know, where Jame and Art have a great degree of familiarity with one another and how they like to play. A little bit of a learning experience for Zwei there, facing off against the Legacy captain. He's thinking there's going to be some mega brain move. He's going to have time to get util off. That's Art with an SMG. He's holding W. He's running at you.
Contact is nice, so there's no one actually controlling this at the moment. PVISION are poised to win the round. They get the kill on the aggress. As long as that doesn't pull them back, it really might tempt you, but mid is not a safe haven. That step is no. Gonna go hunt this kill. Dumao chasing down the bomb. Belchanok, it's not a safe route. Both players are playing for this B site, and latto holds a shot. He wants his bomb to come in, won't let Jame escape on the mid to B, and Belchanok now knows A is the only option.
Sadzin's got great timing. Almost just hope he commits straight through this. Molly instead to deny that bomb plant, and with time running dangerously low, Belchanok has an idea where both players are. Here's latto down in the spawn. Knows that other Molly came from short. He's got information. Now it's about hitting your shots. Closing in quick on the wrap is latto, but nothing being offered up. Didn't commit to the ramp climb up, and now Belchanok. Eyes on! That's a 1v2! Collected by Belchanok. A much-needed clutch. Lead maintained for PVISION. And another frustrating round leveled against Legacy.
Just a massive overplay on Cat, swinging out and just taking that 1v1. You don't need to take that fight. You've got him trapped on default. There is literally nowhere to go for Belchanok. And Legacy give him 2 1v1s straight up, handing over that round where they had all the info, all the reason to win it out. That is the worst way to lose here for Legacy. Their money is gone with it.
Maybe one of like the weirdest situations you've ever seen play out in that 2v2, where if anything, getting the kill on Jame at B made that 2v1 feel harder. Like, yeah, Sadzin was holding for the bomb to drop into middle to link up with Jame, and Belchanok looked like he was seconds away from doing that.
Yeah, they were. If Belchanok committed, they would have lost that round for sure, but they didn't want to let Jame walk out the window and regroup middle or kill your teammates. So understand completely why you'd want to take that kill. I think they misplayed the 2v1. Sadzin giving that 1v1 away puts Belchanok in a great position. And now PVISION, now they're feeling confident. They're winning clutches. They've broken the money. They have stormed ahead early on their map pick and a chance to right their wrongs in this series.
Just polar opposites in terms of how both teams are feeling, isn't it? Because for Legacy, it was a well-called first rifle. They flubbed the execution there, battling yourself on a low econ round into a very doable spot. Misplay in the 2v1. Lower tunnels take for Dumao, though, works wonders here. This hero rifle put to work. And they're going to hang around, try and fight mid with this advantage. They know that PVISION want to try and flush him out of the lower tunnels. That's what Legacy are accounting for. Oh, noise made. Lots of sound at that. Thankfully, Dumao's here to keep things in check.
Hey, they tee him up for a third, and that is fine by Legacy. He is winning this round on his own. This hero M4 in lower. Triple kill for Dumao, maybe a fourth, rounding the corners where he's got to clear this properly, and he will. Second player holding on, shuts it down, and orb top mid. I think they got the spot. That Molly should. Death sentence, but James got a clutch to find with 20 seconds to do it. How does he get out of this one?
Well, he's parted the CT defense. James moves through this channel in the middle.
Could be anywhere.
Low time as he gets in towards B. Gonna plant safe from the tunnels, so there's no open shot. Nissim's trying to close in, but won't be able to stop that bomb plant. And now he's stuck in a 1v1 with Jame.
Nice.
He can isolate this fight. Jame with the wraparound. Is it really just a string of clutches for PVISION? Jame left in this 1-on-3 when it got going. And if the last streak of rounds were tilting, this one destroys your CT side before it even begins. Jame with the clutch, plays him like a fiddle.
Just beautiful round out of Jame. Pieced that together perfectly. Found the gap, cleared as much as he could before he put that bomb down. And you get what Nissim's doing. He's trying to force Jame off the bomb, but when Jame just sticks it in his face, that puts Nissim in such an uncomfortable position, stuck in the bomb site, wanting to wait for your teammate. It would have just been better to risk the 1v1. You've already made the risky decision to commit, and Jame gets to hunt you down and cross out of the bomb site. Dear oh dear, disaster strikes for Legacy. Many winnable positions. And PVISION punishing in these clutches. Seeing why this is such a comfortable Dust2 team. And some shaky decisions from Legacy. That was after Dumao, 3 kills in lower, and Sway traded by his teammate. Cannot believe they let him get away with it. Meant to be fake. Legacy 3 strong on this gamble, but it's a long take.
That's an AWP here posted, gonna get blocked off by this util, tries to hit the timing shot.
Nice decision for PVISION to not go off the first flash. Sometimes you see that on Dust2 and there's no other map where you get punished quite as much on Catwalk on long. It's like that AWP fire sometimes. Good info, but 25 seconds as Jame gets the opening kill, and that frees up the map. Jame won't hold rotations. B player gets a kill as well. PVISION is suffering from success. His bomb still needs to commit.
No one in position to stop this, however, and so as long as Spam doesn't connect on the crossing, this is a PVISION round all day long.
Beautifully played again. Just got to save, but nowhere feels safe.
I don't know how Legacy are meant to come back in this half. I know that sounds really defeatist. We're still so early days. I just think they've had some soul-crushing rounds go against them.
Ooh.
And this is the latest in that streak. And you know, those scars carry through with you into the next couple of rounds, right? The misplay in the first 2v1 maybe leads to them being a little too conservative in the next.
And what I love about this round is it shows that Legacy are at the point where they're going to start doubting everything because PVISION's depth and comfort on this map. They never actually see anyone out long. They see the smoke, they see the flash, they fire, they fall back. Next thing they know, it's a long cross smoke, and the B players start rotating. Zwei pushes the B smoke, he gets an entry. Suddenly you think you've been rotated off the wrong site. It's actually a B play, and then the bomb goes down on A. You never know where PVISION are at any point in that round. There's 25 seconds on the clock when the first kill comes in, and you get dragged around middle. Never were Legacy even in a position to win that round. They didn't know what was going on. Such a beautifully played push and pull from PVISION. It's why we used to love their Dust2. And right now, I'm right back in.
And I think if you see them taking this timeout, and you're PVISION, you're coming to similar conclusions that Legacy feel a little lost, they don't know what's coming, and one of the go-to remedies to that is to try and play aggressive, try and look for information. You've got a Mag 7 on Art, M4 on Dumao and latto. Maybe another aggressive move, such as looking for this tunnels control, and I wonder if PVISION just try and use that against them.
Quite an investment. Mag 7 at long, why not? Got to make it past the cross though. As that smoke comes in, nothing is certain. latto's going to give it a go. Oh, he missed them. They got up catwalk. Maybe spotting something there. They've got to be aware. Jump spots.
Still shuffling position here. Could have led to Dumao getting caught out. Does well to get one, but it's not a fighting spot he's in. This fast flank for Art.
Why not?
Could net him an AWP. Got to do it with the pistol, but he still shuts James down. And now his teammates move in and pad out this bomb site. Good jump up for Nissim, and no trade back for Nota. Low econ round here for Legacy, and they might find a lot of success from it.
Unlosable, right?
They've been in this position before. But latto this time making a decisive move up the ramp side, closes the deal on that. Bit more confidence in that 3v1. That's more like it for Legacy.
Yeah, you know, it is a 1v1 being offered over, but he's got pretty good odds knowing that player's position just coming off the bomb. It's not an easy fight for Nota. He's scared about everything. So nice aggressive round for Legacy. It's Dumao up Cats. Nissim takes his gun, climbs back up. Art big flank. And they don't let that clutch begin off the bomb plant. So Legacy trying to believe again on CT side. 5 rounds in a row broken eventually. And man, money is fickle right now. Off the back of PVISION winning all these clutches, they only have this investment. Legacy win this round, they can start streaking. High importance for PVISION if they want to take this map, take it clean. Boost for the AWP. Jay missed shot on the jump. So putting pressure on middle. PVISION fight right back, but blocked as well. Not just a one-note team who love their B executes. These guys have some nasty cat hits as well. The difference being here is Legacy have the AWP on the long side. Sad's in with the opportunity to save them. This way is still upper B, leaving options open to PVISION.
Sadin nails his. That AWP singing for the first. Well, Chinook still waiting with the bomb, trying to bring Nota in with these entries. Oh, that's a free kill on Sadzin. Trying to cross out the danger zone, puts himself in harm's way, and it's just all entries from Nota on this push. Zwei gets active on his lurk, as is often the case. Even though they get the A bomb site, they put the squeeze on the B players.
My God, Nota. Just chases down that last player as well. That's 4 kills for Nota. He's been the hero of this series, hasn't he? 4 Paravision. He was the one guy performing back on Inferno at times. Look at it, bring that same face in to this T-side. Beautiful entries in a man-down round where it felt like Paravision didn't even want to commit to A. It felt like they want to bail back on B, but when you find a double kill out Cat, you may as well commit.
And you know times are getting desperate now that the double orb's been pulled in for Legacy.
Might just work. Dark smoke on Beefer's way, but this one goes over. Walk out the mid smoke. Game, what's he throwing? Nothing. They pull back. Legacy in silence.
Again, like the whole map just feels like a big question mark right now for Legacy. They're pretty committed to this triple B hold. They're feeling restricted because Zwei's made no secret that he is still here in the tunnels. And so this is a push from Sadzin to try and get some answers. Takes a deep line on the AWP and Jame walks right into it. No trade for Zwei.
Oh, Sadzin.
Swing and a miss from the AWP, and now that mid to be coming through.
So close. I don't think they even realize how close they've gotten. They're up in the window right now. Nota gets an entry. 2 more in this bomb site. Turning around. Don't know where to look. It's Nota. Another multi-kill on this round.
That first kill from Nota was a CT player.
Yeah, he saw him over the smoke. Nota's had enough. And yeah, Sadzin. A desperate repeat. An ugly repeat. Back into tunnels. Needed that kill to relieve the tension. They have 3B, and no one is even looking at middle. That is the pressure that Zwei is putting on the tunnel. That pressure comes from a Sadzin miss. At a certain point, Legacy, I feel like they've just got to start blocking B because they keep saving this smoke for mid, but it's not exactly saving them. Art given nothing, holding onto his AWP. But at what point is enough? Triple B, man advantage, and Paravision still win it.
And it's starting to feel really rough for Sadzin. Like, you're seeing it written all over his face in that round, head in his hands at the end of it. He knows that, you know, Inferno wasn't his map already anyway, but he was bringing a lot of energy for the team. He was talking a lot, trying to keep them in it. Here, I think the tilt is setting in more so because he's been in a number of key difference-making positions. And it's not just that the shots aren't landing, it's that they're not landing and he's actively giving away these openers.
He did the hard part.
You know, we so often say it's a map that can be dominated by a strong AWP presence. And it's not like Sadzin's playing one of these games where he's always on the wrong part of the map, out of position, having to save. It was him who, even in that very first rifle round, made the right move to go and take lower, had a great timing to do so, missed the shot, and then the round gets away from them.
Yeah, you couldn't make that argument on Inferno, right? 8 rounds on T side. He doesn't need to AWP. He had his riflers just doing all the work. And then CT Inferno, he was on A, and that was a game dominated by B hits. So, you know, absolutely no worry about being quiet on that map. But he's had his chances here. He's going to have a couple more before the half is over, but Art for now is holding on to the AWP. He wants his chance. Umao dropped a rifle. Legacy still vying for this 11th round, but Paravision, the B hits have gotten better and better as the game has gone on. With an MP7 in this T side, they know where the money is at.
Good flash play for Dumao. Really nice move. Sadzin sets him up for that, and Dumao goes on a tear. He's just playing gun game, running it all the way through the tunnels. You spot Jame holding you with the AWP. You know, there's more out towards B, and so that's going to galvanize the three-man hold. Space given up long-sided. Nota is quick in this reaction to start taking it away.
That's a big info flash here from this, and clearing out tunnels is everything. It's going to free up Legacy to rotate, and this AWP knows they're coming in A. Art, rather, is still committed on short, but Sadzin's moving in spawn. He's going to be the canary in the coal mine. Will he chirp? Yes. Found by Nota.
Smoke now down for the cross. And the rest of PVISION linking up with their entry man. Nota, 1 kill to the good already. Forced back by the util. Now is to commit to this fight a little bit later.
They're in.
Bomb going down. Art strikes. Nota caught. Even follow-up damage on a Belchanok. He's wounded here. Nissim has a Molotov. You can try and use that to flush out this site player. Oh, but Belchanok's gone looking for the fight anyway and giving it away. Left looking on now at Jame with the AWP, posted longside. If my memory holds, Bomb in a spot where they can hop on it, not able to cross it from this position. And so defuse grabbed, round yanked away. An important double for Dumao. latto and Art both hit their stride. And these 3 frequent top performers get a chance to shine for Legacy right at the tail end of this half.
Yeah, I love that flash play for Dumao in middle as well. They've been throwing HEs off that lineup to just do damage and keep PVISION out of this position for a couple of rounds. Now they use it with a flashbang to clear lower. Sick entry kill. And latto, banger shot as well. These two step up as they have been doing all series long to keep Legacy in it. But Jame hits the wall bang as if Sadzin's game wasn't already rough enough. Down to 27 health in this final round of defense. James following up with more. A kill and a half already by the captain of PVISION. Absolutely making up for the mess that was Inferno with a well-called T-side here. We know it's been the CT side that has let PVISION down in this tournament on nearly every map. But starting with an 8-4 half would certainly set you up for success.
Break on this smoke. Gonna deal with Cielo in that cross, and now he hears the rest of PVISION coming up short. latto dispatches of them cleanly. Absolutely no worries with latto here providing cover. Not able to get his gun out towards the long side in time. And this last player spotted. latto will be there, standing tall to deal with him. It's a bit of a recovery from Legacy, scraping by with 5 rounds on this CT half. Will that be enough to halt PVISION on Dust2?
PVISION fighting for survival here at the Major. On their map pick, a much better showing. 7 rounds on the T side of Dust2, but Legacy light up towards the end of the half. A couple of rounds before all is said and done to keep us interested in this second map in the series. It's usually PVISION home ground, but Legacy have played this one all over the shop. Have they got it in them to come back against the master? Jame putting on a great game today, but it is that Brazilian firepower of latto and Dumao keeping us attuned to this series.
And a fast take over at long. Pace is helpful here with the stack being on the other end of the map. Going to come down to a 5v5 retake in this pistol round.
Love that smoke as well. Just throws it on the fly from long. It lands on Cat. It blocks him completely. It's going to buy a lot of time, but PVISION have a kit. Missed Glock shots will cost you.
Well, he's been allowed to get very, very deep here. Swing and a miss, though. That could have been the entry that kickstarts this. Instead, now more labored for PVISION, working their way in close. The Glocks excel here, or at least they're supposed to. Dumao with a double. And defuse being grabbed. Shots not connecting. Is this really about to get stolen away? Yellow with the stick and a pistol for PVISION, just milliseconds away from belonging to Legacy. That is just another gut punch for the Brazilians on Dust2.
And it's just so PVISION, isn't it? 3-kill half as Yellow comes in with a double in this retake and gets on that defuse inside of the smoke. He picks up the kit, he puts it to use. What a save from Yellow. And Jame gives him the double to cover. PVISION back in business. Legacy back on a buy. Walk all the way up Cat. This is still surprising. Oh no, this is how you win second rounds. This is how you catch PVISION off guard. Notice forced to commit to that spray. The molly comes down. A huge Molotov from Jame to stop Legacy from erupting in that bomb site. That was the contact play that could have won the round. And PVISION have stopped it. What do Legacy have now?
Anti-flash, Nota not blind to that. Here's a player out in these smokes.
He knows. But Art changes direction. Oh, is he still here? He's drawing so much attention.
They're going to go into these crossfires. Nota and Ziello able to turn around in time. Art might arrive on this mid component, but they've got a player just homed in on middle. Ziello giving chase to try and flush Art out.
On the edge. Okay, Art fires too soon. That could have been it. They still commit. Player in the window. It's Belchanok. They know he's here somewhere. Gonna clear this hard. Nice shot from latto. No way they're gonna win this 2v5 at the B side.
Backstab of Zwei closing in quickly. Got to keep your wits about you here because this is a very fast flank. And Dumao, a dead man out in the open. Latto's got to do it alone. Two players on the other side of those mid doors put him out of the round. And it's another show up from Ziello, a massive 3K from him.
Dude, 3-kill T side for Ziello, and he's shown up with a double and a triple in these first 2 rounds of CT side. What a recovery and what a time for it here. PVISION thanking him as he holds strong in this B bomb site.
Main takeaway right now for Legacy is this must be a very frustrating game. There have been super slim margins on so many of these rounds. Hell, even that one. There was a long time in there where it felt like Legacy twice over in that round were in great positions to win it. They get all that room catwalk. Then even when they go into that mid to B, Art's allowed to close in. He puts a lot of pressure on. They get through the tunnels with only one player watching it. There's so many close moments, but just unable to seal the deal on any one of them.
If that AK got the entry on the first tunnels player, that round falls apart. Art had them all turned around towards middle. It was definitely winnable multiple times over for Legacy. And that's been this whole map, hasn't it? But the story is PVISION storming ahead now, looking for double digits off the back of the Deagles. The position for Jame to punish as they try to jump and drop down. They fall into his face, into his embrace. As Zwei back on the site, it gives himself a double as well. Everybody showing up on the CT side now for PVISION. As Legacy do put a bomb down, aren't with damage, can't finish his meal and would have loved that kill to give them a shot, but Yellow is unstoppable on this CT side. 3 rounds, 3 multi-kills as PVISION find 10. And it's the fashion that Legacy are losing these rounds. Every one of them getting grabbed out of their grasp. Slippery fingers.
I also just, there's no way to quantify this kind of turnaround out of Yellow, man. 7 kills in 3 rounds.
Vamos agora fazer o melhor TR das nossas vidas, mano. Só que a gente precisa, mano, focar nessa porra, velho. Bora fazer os bagulho certinho, velho. Bora aí, Sete. Jogar, tá ligado? Então, mano, um puxando o outro aqui, velho. A responsa não é só do Art, velho. É minha, é de geral aqui também, mano. Então, bora aí nessa porra, velho.
Trying to inspire. Legacy are going to need that. Can they still hang on to that kind of energy at this point? Because PVISION have crushed them round after round. They're just throwing themselves round this cat corner again. Good flash. Dumao with an entry.
I mean, look, if you are looking for some positives here for Legacy, it's the game that you're getting out of latto and Dumao.
Yeah.
These rounds resting on their shoulders. And so I think for now, you just need these two to keep the game alive. But eventually, the time will come for Sadzin. The time will come for Nissim, where they have to find their impact on this map.
And it has just been few and far between, hasn't it? Belchanok yet to be called upon truly in this second half. And so he sits hiding in the site. Dumao with a second entry out middle. Belchanok swings in, knowing his time was limited. PVISION are saving this one, or at least trying, because Legacy have broken through in this B bomb site. Saturn hits an integral orb shot. James denied the save. And one more man falls at the hands of Dumao. He is showing up and refuses to go down without a fight on Dust2.
I mean, in what has been a highly, tactical affair, because PVISION and how they like to play a slow game, Dumao throws all that out the window with a chaotic round such as that one, just barreling into every fight, looking to take as many gunfights as he can before that round is over. It's a very different tone. It's a very different pace. But it's got Legacy a much-needed round, a step in the right direction as Legacy look to try and recover this one. I do think, we've had a number of team comms across this major. That might be one of my favorites yet out of Legacy. I do think those are inspiring words. It's fighting talk. It's not just Art's responsibility to inspire. They have to do it for each other. And a round like that out of Dumao, if that doesn't get you going, I don't know what will. Ooh. Great catch for Sadzin.
That will get the troops pumped. That'll get your team hyped up. Legacy winding their sails, but cut down. Wei holds on to the long position. Push will get punished here. Latto waiting, but no kill. Oh, I take it back. The nade is perfect. 4v3, and cutting off this late rotation is not a bad move here by Nota. They're holding for the long flank. Can he find himself in a strong position?
Yeah, but look. Legacy know what they're up against. Latto's sneaking, leaving no stone unturned on this rotation. Did just clear this position, but Nissim gets eyes on.
Doesn't it just feel like now it's building for them? Couple of explosive rounds, a bit of BS. Where did that come from Legacy? They've been quiet in this map.
It almost feels like, since bringing the guns out, the idea is, look, Dumao, you have ultimate freedom. Go wherever you think you're going to get the entry, and we'll back you up every step of the way. Yeah. And sure, it doesn't exactly serve him well in this round, but I want that to be a sign of things to come. I don't want to see Dumao and Latto, these strong performances, wasted, being choked out in slow, tense rounds, whether you're leaning into James' style of play. And so I think this was a much-needed reminder for Legacy what they're capable of with their 2 stars shining. This is now back-to-back rounds. Breaking the streak of PVISION and getting one building up on their own accord.
Yeah, Sadzin just hit a shot through the door as well, so add that to your repertoire.
I mean, in that little hype-up speech, in that excerpt that we saw, he was the guy kind of called out by name. Because it was clear he was getting frustrated. And they know they're not going to be able to do this without him. So relieving to see
go. No way. Oh, that's just disrespect here. That's that Brazilian flair coming out of Legacy. They molly it, they smoke the molly, and they run through it. Shameless. I mean, that will force the timeout.
They've fully got themselves believing.
They've blocked the money as well. That was the only way Jane was going to get an AWP in this round. That is a... I mean, buying here is audacious, PVISION. They have the rounds to do it. But without the AWP, you're relying on just rifles and limited util. That has made this one tricky. Look, if there were a comeback available, it would be off of these 2 rounds that Legacy have given us. 2 explosive, punishing rounds. Do they have the depth? That's still up for debate. But excellent entry into this game. Better late than never. Confidence on display. They just walk down middle. They're going to walk out the doors as well. No flash needed. Smoke behind them. Psych, you're caught off guard. This is Legacy playing very ballsy CS.
Yellow's been a menace in these B site holds, but can't run it back now with Dumao and latto closing in. Belchanok's done what he can, but it won't be enough.
Nice try. I can't believe the calls were getting out of Art.
I mean, Art is just like his 2 mad dogs off the leash, right? Dumao and latto, tip of the spear in these rounds. Oh, that is going to be an AWP gifted over.
Jane will happily take that. Are you going to risk chasing this?
You almost feel like you have to.
Yeah.
Art got the spot.
So did Zwei. He's getting closer.
You really want to remove this. You really want to remove this AWP. Zwei looking to get away with it.
He will.
6 points of health, and Dumao doesn't have the time to get to him. Look, this is a comeback that you should be keeping you on the edge of your seat. It is.
Oh, he killed him.
Found him right
He found
at
the
end. That's wild. Did not think Dumao would have the time for that.
He walked all the way to long doors. Last second, he starts sprinting with his Glock out, and Zwei peeked. He didn't know he was coming from behind.
That is such a save from Dumao. I mean, this is a 2-man effort right now. Dumao and latto. And the battle to stay in Cologne.
And Jame is bought an AWP. They forced up here on Jame. Pistols on the rest. PVISION feeling the burn. Jame feeling the burden to be the savior of this game because you can feel it getting away. 3 explosive calls. Out long, patience pays off. Jame boosted on catwalk, no one coming lower. This AWP is going to have to save. I can already tell you. Legacy, if they walk up long, they win the round. It would take remarkable deagle shots and nothing less. Yellow's not given a chance. They cross in.
James already leaving.
Fair play, because this round's over. Bomb yet to cross. James trying to bounce out.
I mean, now you have to bodyguard that AWP, because you know if there's one thing Legacy have not been on this attempt at the comeback, it's respectful of your saves. And so the mission is hunker down, protect Jame, don't let them remove this AWP from play. That would be a disaster for PVISION.
I don't know when this switch happened, but as soon as they got guns out, with Dumao running up catwalk and giving us the first entry of the half, you could just feel the energy shift for Legacy in this attempt to stay alive on Dust2, to end PVISION's major dreams, and to do it in a 2-0. All of this is starting to feel possible.
I can't believe how they've been able to cut through the palpable tension that was in this Legacy squad.
Yeah.
Since they lost those back-to-back clutches, they look so terrified of every man advantage, almost like they were scared to be in winning positions. And so they get into this T side. I think they could tell that you know, the scars from those failed clutches were following over them, and they just cut through it straight away, addressed it early in the T side. And look at the brand of Counter-Strike they're playing right now. This looks like a pug. The way that they are just charging into these PVISION setups, full faith, back in their aim, playing a 5-man grouped breeder Counter-Strike.
And Art's calling a great game. They found all the gaps. They've walked out mid. They've run up cat. They've taken long on good timings. It's been succinct here for Legacy. It's been simple but effective. Can they keep it going with more and more rounds in the way? Sadin playing confident. This is the kind of bravado we were not seeing a few rounds ago. But even he has had his moments here on this T side, and they get ready to punctuate this B bomb site. Plan's called off. Molly comes down. Smoke will follow. Sadin still has cat control with the AWP. So he's playing Joker and James AWPing over the mid smoke, looking for a pick. He sees that drop. That is massive info, but they still need support on this B site. James hits his.
You spot the AWP in mid though. Feel like you have a bit more room to walk out through the tunnels, and Ziello, so fixated on looking at middle, just catches one to the back of the head. PVISION out of position. This is a tie game. Legacy on one hell of a comeback arc right now.
And no AWP for you, PVISION. Dumao just throws it back in the B site. He says, you are having none of this. You're not saving anything. Unbelievable. Cielo drops off that boost with the lurk smoke down, no less. They just walk through it. They hear him. It's optimistic. Felt like he was getting crunched from middle. Dumao also hit the one tap on James in middle. This guy is looking unstoppable right now, and he is playing it confident, chasing these final kills. Even one frag on the way out has resounding complications. Would have loved to see Dumao send it. He had 12k, but it's okay. Legacy have just put a 5th round in a row. Look at this one. First bullet headshot on James. PVISION are just on this ride. They can't get off. Oh, no way, Art. Not another. They're just blocking each other in the smoke, spamming long. PVISION missed their Molotov.
I don't believe what we're witnessing, man. This is such a remarkable turnaround. They look dejected on the half. Now, even where things go wrong, even when they're all blocking each other out of the long doors, it still goes so right.
And PVISION are crumbling. We're seeing, you know, little mistakes, little details that are amassing very quickly. Legacy are playing together. They are jumping on them.
I mean, we talked about the stylistic difference, the difference in approach between these captains. How one, it's all about chaos and aggression. The other is all about slow and order, right? And I think you always tell yourself losing to PVISION sucks because it goes the distance. Rounds are super long. Everything is to be perfect. They punish every little mistake. You know what I think? The even more tilting losses, losing to a team that do nothing but run at you. And that is what Dumao and latto have encapsulated in this second half.
These rounds have been so quick, right? Think about the rounds we've had. Up cat fast, walk out mid door fast, out long fast, B hit second timing. It's not like Legacy have been pushing and pulling and James have been making the wrong late round call and PVISION have the unlucky gamble. That's not what's been going on. It's been efficient here for Legacy. And James can't even get away with a kill.
Dude, they're coming for the hunt again. The full hunt, looking to take it all away from PVISION. Any kill here is so valuable. Bomb's going to go off, and that will trigger the beginning of this B hit. Looking for all the guns. PVISION managed to hold on. They will not give them up easy.
They're still smiling. They don't even care. It was a bit of a mess on that hunt, but they have the money to afford it. This late in the game, you're not breaking Legacy. They don't give a damn. They're just glad they got to try. Okay, sure, you give PVISION an AK on the way out. You give them a bit of bonus money, but that has not been the difference maker in this game. We've had multiple buy rounds of PVISION where they just get locked out. Sad's in. No shot connecting.
Another pacey round, another quick long take. Spam again, but this time Art has made it out to the bin. They'll shut him out of the round.
First time Legacy have lost this opening kill. in this comeback.
Playing from the back foot. 4v5. Grouping quickly over towards the tunnels. Test of their resilience as they briefly lose the momentum. And they're just gonna go. Doomao just holds W, no way! No way he finds the second player! Doomao closing in, and the shutdown right there! Finally they stop him and his absolutely wild moves. And this should be enough for PVISION. That's what you're telling yourself. 4v2, no way this one gets away from him. Nota and Ziello side by side, although I say that, Nota.
Okay.
Walks right in to enemy territory. What is that shot for Sadzin?
What? No way, right?
He's feigned the footsteps like they're running a save. You know you just painted them up with damage. There's one more man in the sight. Ziello, don't get caught jumping now. He's got another molly, just replenishing this over and over and over again. Teammates nearby in middle.
They've got time to win this.
Flash, but no one fires. They're really committed to the idea that they're selling a save.
Okay.
Ziello on the line, locks them out of it. Everyone was a little nervous there, but PVISION finally breaking this streak.
Yeah.
Tie us up 11-all.
Nota more than most. A really ugly whiff from a player who was giving us a lot early in this game, who's cooled off massively. But PVISION do get back in this map, get back in this match, and look to survive. Is it just James delaying the inevitable and look to take us all the way in the final rounds of regulation? It would not be the first time. Legacy, can they keep their confidence? It has been an outstanding comeback for Legacy. 6 straight rounds on this T side, forcing saves every time. But PVISION have broken in.
I mean, this first incision, this kind of crack in the dam has to be where the floodgates just open and PVISION look to close it, because otherwise, if Legacy get back to their winning ways after a 1-round hiatus, I think that momentum sides straight back with them.
They are a little more tense this round. Legacy not running out of spawn, looking to do something calculated, feigning some mid-presence. Zwei is alone. Flash comes in, James here to support. Good timing on the orb. It's not going to hang around. The Legacy still want to send it through this smoke. Fearless gameplay, and they find the trade with the orb. What a redemption for Sadzin, but the job has just begun.
Oh, he's made it out wide. I mean, he's seen what latto and Doomao are doing, and he decides he wants a piece.
It's the bomb.
Rifles close in while the orb provides cover. Break on this smoke. James doesn't see anything. They are going to make it across. That bomb gets in. Kill for Doomao on the entry, and he just starts chaining them together. Finally, they deal with Doomao.
Bomb on site.
And now it's the 2 struggling players, Sadzin and Nissim. We said at some point in this series they would have to earn their redemption. This is the round to do so. Sadzin getting pressured, absolutely nails it. And now it's left to James. 1v2, they know where he is. All blast spotted down here in CT. This is a bomb plant for Legacy. What is James supposed to do? Has no idea where Nissim's got to in this round. Begins his scale now, out towards the spawn. And waiting for him on catwalk. Nissim plays it forward. Waiting all game for Sadzin and Nissim to have their round, and there it is. They put Legacy onto match and series point.
And at a major, I was waiting for that magic James clutch. It just doesn't come through. Those are the kind of rounds he pulls out once in a blue moon to keep you believing, but it is lost. All hope is done for PVISION. This comeback is electric. You could see the lock-in on the crosshair of Sadzin. That second headshot was a thing of beauty, and it wins the round for Legacy. 12-11, all the way from the depths, from despair, and they keep the pace going, the pace that got them here. Straight up catwalk. Nissim, missed shot from James. He's getting chased down.
Nades are huge, they do massive damage, and that is going to slow the roll of Legacy. How much time have you bought yourself? Art goes out on a solo venture because the rest of his team lie waiting back here in middle. What's the change? What do you do? Losing that opening fight takes the wind out of your sails. CT smoke lobbed in, and Jame plays ahead of it, confirms no one out mid behind this util. 2 players ready to face you on the catwalk. Dumao can't find the transfer. PVISION, are they really about to hold on to this? Sadzin, more redemption has to be earned. He's in this alongside latto. Top performer with Dumao. So you're not willing to write them off? Not yet. There's this backstab closing in. You can't take too long trying to deal with Zwei. He'll swing out early, catching that first man unawares. Missed shot from the AWP, and Zwei shuts him down. PVISION find a means to hold on.
Well, it wouldn't be PVISION if it wasn't overtime with a major life on the line. So great to see a bit more from this team before they perhaps leave this major. Legacy want to make it so. PVISION want to take us to Mirage. That is our decider. This was meant to be their map pick. We had the mother of all lock-ins from Legacy, but the job is not done. Overtime here on Dust2. It's an AWP v AWP again on long. latto takes his spawn and he misses the shot. My god, the repeak is audacious. Zwei doesn't know he's committed to this angle, and so a rifle might just walk out. Doesn't catch Zwei off though. 13 health, lives to tell the tale. How loose are Legacy gonna get? This AWP is still on long. They're gonna swap it back to Sadzin's hands. He saw something. To think that Nissim has 6 kills as well in this OT. Legacy are still here. Aggressive B push is huge for PVISION. Look how out of position they are on the map. They're moving all together to reinforce A.
Cracks are certainly starting to show, aren't they, right? Legacy having to play at some unfamiliar paces now that they're no longer guaranteed these openings. And PVISION making more and more moves. They're about to flush out Nissim on short, who catches the worst possible timing. And now long known about.
Flash through.
PVISION committed 2 players to a backstab, to a flank. Dumao, Sadzin, both get openers. There's one more player on the backstab, but it's Jame with the AWP. Doesn't have the ability to multi-kill, and there's the spot. Sadzin does not have to commit to this fight. He calls for a teammate to move over and help him. And James brought down low. Nota. Smoke push might be demanded on the fade. Sadzin's got the cover. Jame connects a wallbang, but that bomb goes down, and now he's the man on the clock. Shot away from certain death, and that nade's gonna do it. Sadzin is finding his form in OT.
Oh, what a recovery from Sadzin. He was frustrated. He was head in hands in regulation, absolutely whiffing shots, losing rounds on that B bomb side on the CT side, and now he is showing up. Saving the day, triple kill, calls for support. And look at how fearless Legacy are. Dumao runs through their own CT smoke to kill that rotation. latto runs to peek Jame on long with the AWP. Legacy are here for it. Sadzin straight down the guts of middle. We have a double AWP on the T side as well.
This is just a comeback of dreams. Oh, double AWP secures an opening.
And they were trying to peek that together. That was PVISION trying to play off their teammates. Instead, one just gets plucked. All over the map, Legacy throwing everything they've got at PVISION. And Molly pushes Jame off. Sadzin holds the line. Does Jame walk right back in?
Oh, that felt dead on. Jame does not hang about to give you another shot at that. Just gonna drop the smoke in. latto dealt with long side. Can still get weird. Break on that smoke. One more back for Jame as he plays to evade. Art's been burnt out at the long side. You're gonna need another one of these 2vx's for Legacy.
Been full of them today, though, haven't they? Drop in for this. He needs something in this map. He just can't do it. Or stuck in the door, and Sadzin traded by Nota. This game goes on. PVISION split rounds. You were feeling the absence of that 5th player, absolutely, at this point in the game. But it is not Nissim's map. We've seen some of these timings he's hit. Shocked this doesn't hit. It's just a second too soon as Jame jiggles the line. And No room for the double AWP now.
Still, it shows the extent of this lock-in from Sadzin there, right? It was certainly way too slow to get the series going. Now operating too fast, it would seem, to be able to hit these shots on James. And you feel like whoever secures a bit of a foothold at the end of this first half has a significant advantage going forward. Rounds have been hard to come by on these CT halves, so a chance for PVISION still to recover this in OT.
Back to B. They did some brutal B hits in that second half, did Legacy. Not attempting the AWP pick. Or maybe they are getting closer and closer.
If any duo, we're going to barrel through the mid smoke and commit to a mid to B. It's Doom out, it's latto.
Nissim is just walking in. They're trying to set up him. Oh! He's walked right past a player. They're going to hear these steps as well. Backstab, but it's information. Can it be used against him? Nade on the smoke. James pushed alongside. PVISION are everywhere. They are a nightmare. Legacy can't stop them. Smoke in the tunnel. Sadzin has to relieve.
Oh,
but
that's
latto
a catch.
keeps a round alive.
That's a catch and a half. Finds way on rotation. You know that James was on this backstab. You will not expect his reposition out to the crossroads. Locks in for an A defense. latto maintains presence out here in middle. Trying to force a rotation. Trying to force a B player back into his crosshair. Dealing with James is a whole different beast. Maybe you just fight the demon you know here.
Cielo set up for success. Belchanok is a shot from death. Swing is so audacious. It's just giving it over. latto is 3 kills deep into this round. Options are open, but mid to B is a death sentence with no smoke. James has the line. He looks back up catwalk. They're coming in.
You know he's going to be here somewhere. You last saw him in top mid. You were expecting James to be somewhere defending A. Can they find him quick enough? No room to miss for James. He's dead right away. And so latto, 4 kills deep, has just saved Legacy in this round. 1 left for his ace. And as Sadzin goes and takes up this long position, well, that was meant to be the round right there. Cielo given a second chance. But with both of them repositioning out to the short side, sticking around and looking to fight this. What's Cielo supposed to do? Scales up, scales in, gets past latto, 4 kills deep, and trying to rob another defuse, but not today. Sadzin shuts it down. It's Legacy with 2 in OT.
Right through the Molotov. He does not let latto down in this round. All 4 kills. Another massive disadvantage. And you got to feel that Belchanok swing is just too much. You can't afford that at this point, PVISION. 1 health, desperate for info in the dark. And, well, he pays the price with his life, with the round, with the lead. And here at overtime, Legacy back to what was a very difficult half, but they are a very different team now. Double collat through the mid doors. James doesn't know it, but he has just weakened this B site. latto and Nissim getting tagged. Oh my goodness.
See, the change this has already caused, right? With the B-side players being softened up, they've had to drag Doom out over, trying to provide a bit of help towards this B-site. You don't yet know, as is often the case in these PVISION T rounds, whether that's a blessing or a curse.
This is not a position you ever see the AWP in. In the pit. Sadzin changing position, caught in the open. He's not going to get many more shots. He's got to hit him.
First one connects. That molly's making him commit to even more of them. Forced forward into the crosshair of Nota. And so now Art, the captain, desperate just to buy a few more seconds. PVISION slow right down on short. Wait for reactions. Wait for unforced errors. See if anything gets given away. And Art knows he's lost that long control. They're going to try and make a play for short. They're going to try and mop up the split component of this A hit. Kill on his way. Only Cielo left on this short angle. latto's connecting spam on the cross in the downtime. And so we end up in this 2-on-2. It's those 2 players that James tagged right at the start of the round. Nissim's backstab finds its footing, and now James, unable to finish what he started, is sent packing. Legacy have 2 chances to close this series and eliminate PVISION.
And PVISION have just been head in hands this whole series. So much frustration, so many things going wrong. They had Legacy on the ropes. They had them almost unconscious in this second map. It felt like Mirage was a guarantee, and Legacy somehow, some way survive and now thrive on this CT side. Massive round out of Nissim, who has been absolutely silent this entire game. Double kill from him. All of Zielo's patience felt like enough there on Cat. He wasted so much time, and still Jane can't clutch up. Just found off the bomb plant. Legacy do not relent. So aggressive. They can win and lose games from it, but right now, they are saving their major life. Listening to every word, trying to keep the focus here are Legacy, because they've got 2 chances to finish what they started.
Just being in the mindset where you never feel like you're at a disadvantage is such a huge boost to a team as aggressive as Legacy. The fact they're in this position now where, you know, even if they go a man down, even if save might feel like the right call, they're in no position to do so, and they've got the belief that every round is winnable.
Boost up is nice. Haven't seen this all game. Won't be the first thing you think of on this mid to B. They're just gambling it. Still doesn't put too many resources on the B side of the map. Dumao can come back for a cat fight, play the retake. Sadson orbing long side are in the info position, trying to keep control of the catwalk, but that molly denies vision. They walk out mid, they walk into Dumao.
This boost was pre-planned. It felt like where this was destined to end. Dumao put in position to succeed. Him and latto striking in tandem as Legacy complete their comeback. Take a bow, latto and Dumao. 5 years spent playing together. This promised next generation of Brazilian firepower. Haul this one through for Legacy. An unbelievable display, a lock-in like no other.